button in period 1, and I do have an e-learner there, so they were probably wondering what the heck was going on today. All right, so this is the calendar of what's going on. So obviously we're going to do a review today. We're just going to catch up where we left off. We'll pick up subtraction tomorrow and Wednesday. We'll finish that up on Wednesday. Then we'll do multiplication. You get 2 days of multiplication and division. I kind of forgot what 11.5 and 11.6 are, but it's something to do with positive and negative. Hold on. Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? Maybe it's an A and a B. How come I didn't catch that in the other period? Okay. I don't do like, oh, hey, let's do 2 weeks of prep for the state testing. I will do 3 days, and that's just so we can do a quick review of what did we learn quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. So we'll do that quick review, and then we'll take our test. You guys are in 7th grade. This is the last nice year. 8th grade is not nice for state testing. They get 4 days of testing. You guys only get 3 days of testing. The 3 days of testing are 2 tests a day. The 2 tests, there's 3 math tests and 3 language arts tests. And we just kind of mix match them every day. I forget which one. I do have a schedule. I just haven't looked at all the details. You will take a test in the morning, and there'll be a break. You'll take a test after lunch, and that'll be the whole day. In between that, you'll go to a classroom, one of the teachers, and you'll do some work there as well too. But it will be light work.
Do those count for our grade?
They will.
For our grade? Oh wait, no.
What he was asking, the work in between the tests.
Oh wait, no, the CMAS itself won't count for our grade?
CMAS doesn't count for grade.
Okay, so that is just completely. I'm kidding now.
Right. Yeah, no, that wouldn't be a good technique to use. We will pick up as 7th graders on Thursday of that following week. So meaning you're going to take Monday through Wednesday, you're going to take your test, and then on Thursday we're going to start straight back up. By the way, we're through at chapter 11 at that point, so we'll do a chapter 11 review. And we got there's 11.7a and 11.7b, and that finishes up the chapter right there. If you've missed any of the tests, the makeup day is that Friday. They will probably also pull you on that Thursday potentially as well too for makeup. Just be ready for that. What's up?
I think my mom said that CMAS was opt-in instead of opt-out.
So. It is. Everybody knows. Everybody's got that message.
Oh, so basically there's only 6 people that are going to test this year. So.
Oh, no. There's lots of people that are testing.
I am not testing.
Almost every 9th and 10th grader will be testing. Right?
Well, I just hear that it's opt-in instead of opt-out, and it doesn't count.
No, it's opt-out instead of opt-in.
Oh, somebody told me it was opt-in.
No.
I think my mom did.
All right. Okay. Kind of lost my train of thought there. CMAS testing. It's a good thing. One, it shows that you've learned something to your parents too. It shows that we don't have a crummy school, that we have a good school where kids do well at our school. So make sure we do our best on CMAS testing. And it's an outside person looking inside, saying that it's not that, all we did was sat through the entire year and played with Rubik's Cube in math class. We actually did learn math. Nothing to be panicked about or whether like that. The test is, it also uses a calculator on most of the math tests. For 7th grade, the calculator, we will give you the calculator. You don't have to bring one in. The calculator it uses is the stupid calculator. I mean, the one that the $5, the $1 calculator. So it doesn't do order of operations. No, you got to use this calculator that we give you. When you get to high school is when you can use your own calculator. No, because everyone has to be the dumb calculator for 7th grader. I didn't make that decision. I'd be perfectly fine giving you a scientific one. 8th grade, you get the scientific calculator, and then 9th grade and higher is when you get the graphing calculator for the test. 9th grade, you don't take CMAS, you take what's called the PSAT, which is the practice or the preliminary SAT test. And then your junior year high school, you take the SAT, the one that gets you into college.
Why did they change the name to CMAS?
Good question.
It was PARC before.
Oh, there was lots of names before, right? Okay, any questions? Okay. We're going to do a quick review today. So we're going to, before I hand this out, no, it's on my desk. Before I hand this out, we're going to go over these rules really quickly. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to hand out it's 24 questions. I will show you something new today. We're going to do these 24 questions, and I'm going to go to every single person, look at your sheet, and you're going to explain to me 2 problems on the sheet. Right? And that will tell me that, one, you know what you're doing with these rules for adding integers together. All right, the 2 rules for adding is, well, the signs are either the same positive plus a positive or a negative plus a negative. Remember in 7th grade, the negative kind of floats here above top left. And then like literally right after this chapter, they'll throw negative numbers in there. They put the negative in the middle where it should go. I mean, I understand why they do that because they want to differentiate. Hey, we're dealing with this weird thing now called negative number, but it's like, why don't they just put the negative in the middle? But they don't. So same signs, or you have different signs where one's positive and one's negative, or vice versa. Okay.
It looks
So-
weird.
It does look weird. And that's why I don't like it. That's why on my worksheet I don't give it. The rules for adding, there's 2 of them, one for same, one for different. For same signs, we just take the 2 numbers and we add them together, whether they're positive or negative. Now, really what we're doing is we're taking the absolute value of each number. No one actually does that on the piece of paper. I didn't see a single person in this class do that. You simply took the 2 numbers and you added them together, right? But in actuality, this is what's supposed to be going on, right? You take the absolute value of both. 7 plus 4 is 11. And since we were adding positive, the answer is positive. On this one here on the right, we're adding 2 negatives. So the answer is negative 11. So it's the same process, except you're adding negatives instead of positives. So those are the rules for same signs. I had a couple examples, but I'm not going to go over them. And the rule for different signs is, well, paradoxically, the rule for adding opposites is you subtract the numbers, right? You understand paradox, right? So when the signs are different and you're technically adding, you're actually subtracting. How's that for double speak, right? So we take the 2 numbers, notice one's positive, one's negative, but we're adding because that sign right there says to add them, okay? We take the 2 numbers and this time we subtract them. How do we subtract them? We do big minus small. So technically we're still taking the absolute value. Absolute value of 7, negative 4, 7 and 4, okay? We subtract them, big minus small, we get 3. And the last step is we go back to the original numbers and we say, were there more positives or were there more negatives? In this case, there's more positives, so the answer is positive 3. On this case, well, there were more negative, right? We're in the coin method. There were 7 negative coins, 4 positive coins. There's more negatives than positives, so the answer is negative 3. There's your 2 rules. What's up?
The way I would imagine it is like you have, well, 7 below 0 and you're adding 4 to that, so then you would only have negative 3 left.
Some math teachers, and I've done it in the past, they introduced the number line. So on the number line, the first number is the number you start at. Where am I starting at? I'm starting at 7 and I'm going to the right or to the left. I'm going to the left 4 spots, right? Minus would make me get smaller.
You have math numbers in your
On a number line here, now I'm starting at negative 7 and I'm going to the right 4. I wind up at negative 3. And so I've seen that done as well too. I choose the coin method rather than the number line method, but that works well too. The number line method and the coin method all fall apart when this is 71 and this is 46, right? All right. And so eventually you got to get to the rules, which is why I usually just try to jump very quickly into the rules. Okay, there's the rules. So I promised you some new stuff. Here's the new stuff. What would happen if you had 3 numbers?
Nani?
Yes.
You
5, 11,
Negative 5, negative 6.
7.
First, and then you get
7.
Are we gonna go over
Tomorrow.
Negative 7.
negative 7?
Excuse me.
What are we gonna do here?
So you're gonna add 2.
What do you think?
What I would do would add negative 5 and negative 6, and then add that to 4.
And if we can remember, this is something we learned back in chapter 1. In chapter 1, we learned something called
Order
Addition.
PEMDAS.
order of operation PEMDAS. And PEMDAS says you're supposed to do what's in parentheses first. Well, there's nothing really going on inside this parentheses. There are no exponents. There's no multiplication or division, but there is adding, subtracting. And PEMDAS says to do what for adding, subtracting?
No,
Absolutely not.
In the
Parentheses
order. In the order.
No. What does it say to do for adding, subtracting?
Addition first.
Never.
Whatever comes first is the one that you're
You
gonna
guys have already
go by.
forgotten this?
No.
What does PEMDAS say to do for adding and subtracting?
Do it in the order.
What do
that
you mean
it
the
comes.
order?
The left to right.
Left to right. It says the same thing for multiplication division. And I told you this at the start here. I said, I thought the same thing in 7th grade. I thought because it says A before S, I'm supposed to do adding, for subtract. No. Is you go left to right. Same thing for multiplication and division. You go left to right.
But then it's wrong.
So if I go left to right first, magic hand, I can only do two numbers at once. If I go from left to right, I do these two numbers first. -5 plus -6.
All blunt.
Okay, same or different?
Same.
Same or different?
Same.
So what's the answer?
-11.
Okay, well, what about what's underneath my hand? What do I gotta do with that?
Add that into
I gotta
-11.
draw that back here. When I was doing this, or if I were to do this by myself, I would literally take my finger on the paper and I would cover that up. And I would say, -5 plus -6. Eleanor would have no work on her paper. She would immediately write.
We're still there.
She would write -11, but then what I would like her to write then therefore is -11. This is what I want you to write. If there's more than two numbers, I want you to write it down. I don't want you to do all three in your head. Even the smarty pants, eventually they try to do too much stuff in their head, they make a mistake. There's less chance that you will make a mistake. Okay, this isn't that much work. Then we do the second part, same or different signs. So subtract. What's the answer?
-7.
Questions? So all I'm asking you to do is to now write one step, right? Okay, let's look at a different one. Three numbers. You take your finger, your hand, whatever, you cover this up. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Bruh.
Yes, it is.
It is the same one.
Bruh.
What the? What?
When the imposter is sus.
There we go. Now it's good.
Wait, the other one said
I wonder if for three.
All right, here we go. Covered up, same or different?
Same.
Okay, so what do you got?
-21.
Now, I want to make sure I do this slow for everybody. -21, yes?
Yes.
So what I'm asking you to do is to write -21 plus 7. Yeah, okay, that stuff's for the people that need to think this through, and that's fine. But for the people like that, I don't want to do the work. Just do the first step. Write -21 plus 7, same or different?
Different.
Okay, so what's the answer?
-14.
Well, so we gotta do big minus small. 21 minus 7 is not 16.
Net 14.
14, more negatives, more positives.
And more negative.
Did I lose somebody?
Huh?
You are. 21 minus 7 is 14, but there's more negatives, so we get -14. Questions? Can you do that by yourself now? Okay, I'm gonna have 24 problems. They're not all like this, but I think I gave you 8 of them or something like that, like this. 24 problems. I'm gonna go to every single person. I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. I'm gonna say, talk me through number, I don't know, 14. You're gonna talk me through 14. And I'm gonna say, talk me through number 15. You're gonna talk me through 15. I will know immediately right then and there whether you got this process or not. Okay? For the ones that have 3 numbers, well, then it's basically I'm getting a twofer. You're gonna do both rules in one problem type thing. All right, this will not take us the entire period. Others of you maybe right now on the top of your paper when I hand this out, I want you to write. If you can't tell me the rules right now off the top of your head, I want you to write the word same signs. What do you do for same signs? What do you do for different signs? This would be like the minimum that you could write on a piece of paper. This would be like the script that you say to yourself, hey, are the signs the same or different? The signs are the same, you add. I'm skipping the last step, which is where you're adding positives or negatives. I'm skipping the last step over here of if you have more negatives and more positives. But at a minimum, even in the 8th grade, you'll hear me, I don't think I'll be the 8th grade math teacher next year, but you'll hear the 8th grade math teacher say this over and over again. Hey, same or different signs, right?
Isn't it gonna be Miss Ricky next year?
I think so, yeah. Right.
No. Don't leave us. Don't leave us.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm just not teaching 8th grade.
Are you teaching high school?
Mrs. Riki is too strict.
She's scared.
Well, then good. Maybe you guys learn more math.
That's the problem.
I don't believe that's true. All right.
Please, you have to work for SpaceX and work for
Here we go. Hand one over to Laura. All right, who am I going to start with? Which side? Left side or right side?
No, you should start.
Left side. All right.
No, you should start.
All right, hey, let's not have any cross talk. Make sure you can do this all by yourself. I don't have to be silent.
Yeah.
But let's not you mess around with anybody left or right.
Everybody, I don't have any preference.
Wait, I have to start.
I believe she's going to be teaching 7th and 8th grade. All right, so talking about
So no matter
number,
what, okay.
Don't worry.
number 5.
You held back twice. 29? Not Miss Maddie. I know. Please no. I'm gonna cry. Oh. Wait, do you know the thing flyers? Do you understand flyers? What? No, flyers.
Yeah.
No.
This is class slash homework. All right, talking through number.
And I said, no, picture cards. And I said, don't try me. I'm doing the same thing. But I said, I know. I know. I said, he said, you know about that? I did it. I said, I've got some players at my house. What? You suck at talking. Like, I think you're like messed up. What's the supposed to say when you speak? Like, no, it's 6.
Okay. 15. Say that one more time. You actually said the right answer, but you said the wrong stuff. All right. Talking through number 4. Mm-hmm. Talking number 15. Number 14. Talking through number 2. I like that pencil. 13.
Also, number 13. Right here, so.
Talk to your supervisor.
So you have -1 plus -7, since they're the same, you add them together, -1 plus and -7 would be 8, because you do 7 plus 1, which is 8, and then you add a -1.
Number 3.
Number 3, you have, it's different, so you have -3 and 5. Since it's different, you would minus them by each other. So 5 minus, 5 plus 5 minus 3 is 2. Yeah, so that's 2.
On a number 2.
Because this number is over the negative, which means it's bigger, which means you have.
Talking to your board. Talking through number 1. So what do you want to say? Erase it. On top of your paper, write this same. Write same. Add. And then over here. different, subtract. Now what? Same or different? So what's it say do? Add. And we're getting positives and negatives. So what's the final answer? There you go. All right, 24. You don't like the same sign, different sign thing, the one for you? You got it right. Number 21.
7 plus 5 would have the same
Why'd you subtract on that? 20. Yeah, that's correct. All right, number, must be the one you're on, number 12. Yeah, how about 15?
Six.
13.
Basically just add something.
You got it. 21.
7 plus 5, those are the same signs. 7 plus 5 is 12, and then 12 plus negative 3, those are different signs. Sorry, can't calculate. 12 minus 3 is 9. Will be positive.
I mean, just be careful because it doesn't take you any time to write 12 plus negative 3, right? I mean, it doesn't take you that much steps. You try to do all three numbers in your head, eventually you're going to trip up, right? You got it right though. Oh yeah, what number?
Kind of all over the place.
Oh, let's do 15. Talk me through it.
I don't know how to do it.
Remember what we're going to write?
No.
Same and different. Subtract. And that's all you need to do. Same or different? Same or different?
Different?
Okay, so what does it say to do if they're different?
No.
So subtract them.
6.
Okay, and then the step that's not written here, do you have more negatives or more positives?
Negative.
So I think it's yours. Okay, 13.
How?
No, yes, you got that one right. Now do number 13.
8.
Follow the rules.
Same.
So it says to add 1 plus 7 is
8.
Were you adding positives or negatives?
Negative.
Now go back and change all the answers you got wrong. You have the rules now. 24.
No, I'm stuck.
Okay, well, take your finger if it helps. If it doesn't help, you don't have to do this. I cover up the last number. Okay, now we're looking at these two numbers. Same or different? What's the rule say?
Subtract it.
So subtract those numbers. Okay. Now you write scratch. Now you write -2, because that's what you got, and then the second number. Same or different? So you do. So subtract them. Any more positives, more negatives?
Huh?
More positives or more negatives?
Positive.
So therefore the answer is, and that's what you do.
Oh, I'm down.
16.
Right, okay.
Why are you adding and subtracting?
The same.
Same signs, okay. Number 15,
Do we have to turn this in?
You subtract.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Why are you not adding those?
Because they're different.
They're different, okay. 23.
We add
Why are you not subtracting? No, I'm doing a teacher thing.
we add -7.
Why are you not subtracting? I'm doing a teacher thing. Why are you not subtracting?
I'm not subtracting because it's a plus sign.
Okay, but sometimes when there's a plus sign, you add. Sometimes when there's a plus sign, you subtract. You just said you wanted to add those numbers, so I'm asking you.
adding them because they're the same.
That was the teacher thing. So I just wanted you to say, hey, because the signs are the same. So I'm adding. Okay, keep talking.
And then you subtract 1
Why are you not adding?
because it's not a negative number like the others were.
So in other
It's
words,
different.
it's different. There you go. There you go. So I mean, that's the thing you got to keep your head. Now notice there's no hard numbers here at all. So the only difference is that we get up higher than instead of this being -3, it's going to be -31. But you got to have the rules. You got to be able to look at them and say these are the ones I add, these are the ones I subtract. All right, 24.
I'm sorry.
Why didn't you add those numbers? Keep talking. Did you add those? Why didn't you add those?
That's what makes people confused.
Agreed, but if you can't say that, if you can't defend your position, then you don't know what you're doing. So if I say, why didn't you give me your candy? You're like, because I wanted to eat it, right? You're defending your decision.
Okay.
The kid that doesn't know the rules, I can get them to flip their head. I say, why did you add? Oh, I'm supposed to add.
Wait a minute. So if you defend your reasoning, you don't have to listen?
If you know what you're doing, if I say, what's 2 + 3, and you say 5, and I say, why isn't it 6? And I can
But
get
I
you.
don't know why it's not. It just is. Like it's just.
Right, because you have a memory. I agree with that, but I'm saying the kid that knows what they're doing, if I say, what's 2 + 3, and you say 5, and I say, no, it's 6, and you agree to that, then you don't know what you're doing,
No.
right? The kid that knows what they're doing will immediately say, no, it's like the slide that I showed up there was exactly the same problem. And who was it? Caitlin was the one, or somebody else said, hey, that's the same problem, because they're sure of themselves. When you're not sure of themselves, then you don't know what you're doing, type thing. So the goal here is to get you to where you don't think, because like you just said, you don't think about why is 2 + 3 5. You just know it is. That's the goal, is so that you can do 2 - 3 and always say the answer is -1, not to where you're actually thinking it through. Different signs, subtract, that sort of thing. All right, 21. So, why? Same different signs.
It's just I bought my name. I was gonna get it for some more serious, but like my mom said I didn't want to spend my money on it. I have $300 to spend.
14.
On stupid stuff. Well, no, because that's illegal. I found that out. The hard way. Yes. So when I keep my That, you know that's illegal, right?
23.
That deleted it. $50 for a picture. And I'm also 12. It's not mine.
I got you, right?
This was only $10. It's
All right,
$10.
I've gone to every single person in the class. I absolutely, this is, I think, one of the first times I have not been able to convince someone to do it the wrong way. Like every one of you.
Oh, so he's encouraging us to do it. wrong.
Well, the speech I just gave you was the fact that if you know what you're doing, bottom line is what you want to get to the point is where you could teach this to someone. You know what you're doing, you can teach it to someone. But I kind of take a step before that and just say, if I can convince you that what you're doing is wrong, then you don't know what you're doing, right? I've already taught this to you. We did 3 days of this. You're at the point now where you know what you're doing. I should not be able to convince you what you're doing is wrong. You should be, no. The signs are the same. I know I'm supposed to add there. And I couldn't convince anyone to say the opposite. Except for Eleanor, who hasn't seen this before, and eventually she caught on. What's up? You have an extra one?
I do problem backwards and it's still the same.
Yeah, I can write it so where you can't get the wrong answer, but not on this one.
Not Hannah, it's Hannah.
How that stains your skin? Mine is mud.
It's just
What?
No, I'm trying to convince her that she bought mud off campus.
It's Hannah.
No, it's Hannah.
Oh, I don't know.
She bought mud.
Is it really, or is it you had a brown marker?
No, it's actually Hannah. I'll bring it tomorrow too.
Yeah, Matt, you show me. You're a
I'm moving to.
exactly.
Shut up.
It's very popular in India.
One of my friends.
Wait, Maddie, you're.
Why too?
No, that's you.
Hello and welcome to my Minecraft.
Maddie,
Today we are going to play Minecraft. First, you need to verify user agreement, so I'm not playing with robot. You need your credit card info.
You ask your children for your credit card.
Can I have my phone back? And then I'm over here. No, because then it's gonna get taken away, and then you're gonna say, "Where'd you get that from?" You're gonna be like, "Maddie."
You're gonna be like,
Or vice versa, why does Texas get a piece of
Yeah,
You want
the
attention.
what do you mean?
I've gotten detention one time. You know I've gotten detention one time.
I think it was the same drive.
Dude, she deserved it. She was like, I'm over here. I'm gonna go to the No, she hates me. I hate Maddie. You actually saw it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You need to stop bringing yourself down. Only I can do that.
You ruined
Yeah.
I know. Shut up.
You ruined it.
I don't know.
I went up. You have something.
All right, it appears to me that we've run out of material before we've run out of time. So
You should do
we
nothing.
shall play a game.
Maybe like a math game or
All right, take your worksheets, flip it over.
That's cheating.
Take your worksheets, flip it over. Look to your, let's see, YouTube pair up.
Me and Nathan.
Yep.
Yesterday, you
YouTube
didn't
pair up.
I'll go someone come back.
YouTube pair up. YouTube pair up. YouTube pair up. You two pair up. You two, you two, you two, you two.
Wait, who am
Oh,
I
good,
with?
I'm with the smart kid.
All right.
You're with Maddie.
Did I pair you up with anyone?
Maddie.
Here we go. I'm going to write a problem on the board. The first person in your pair that circles the answer, puts their pencil down, right, and gets it right, gets a point. And between the pair, whoever gets the most points gets a homework pass. Okay? Now, if you put after you circle your answer and you put your pencil down, you're claiming I got the answer right. So technically you're passing that other person. Let me talk. Okay. Let me talk. Well, that's fine. Somebody's going to finish before the other person. You got to circle it, put your pencil down, and look at that other person, and they'll say, okay, you win. Now, if you get it wrong, the other person gets the point. Okay. Okay, you ready? Now I'm going to write the problem on the board. Like I said, the first person who writes the answer and circles it, puts their pencil down between you two, right, is either going to get the point if they get it right, or they're going to give the point to the other person if they get it wrong. So be careful. You ready? All right, here we go. You ready? Yeah. Negative 65 plus 14. Go.
I can't do that.
You got to look at the person when you're done.
I tried.
Same or different signs?
I can't do it.
Same or different? Different signs. Because you guys just proved that you do the easy ones. All right. Have we figured out between the two people who got the answer first? All right. The correct answer is
Negative 47.
same or different signs. Different, that means subtract. So we need to do 65 minus 14. 1. We have more negatives than positive, negative 51. All right. Keep track of your points. Keep track of your points. Here we go. Next one. This is for a homework pass between you two, right? One of you is going to get a homework pass, one of you is not. Okay. We will have to have tiebreakers then. Here we go. Negative 4 plus 20 minus 16. I'm throwing a subtraction in here, since you guys are experts at addition.
I forget how to do this. I'm not sure if I got it.
All right, here we go. Negative 4 plus 20. And what's 16 minus 16? Whoever got 0 first got the point.
Guess you got it.
I got it.
No, she got it. She got it.
I also got 0. I also got
it.
No. If he says he got it first and he's wrong, then you get the point.
Oh, I got 0.
I flipped the signs around.
All right,
in my mind.
ready for another one?
No, don't do subtraction moves anymore.
8 minus 12 plus 13.
That's happening. I don't know how to do this.
You just showed me questions 20 through 24. We're like,
I'm an actual idiot.
that's why I verbally said the problem. You good?
No!
Who are you competing against?
You can do 8 minus 12.
Do you already got the answer?
I don't.
All right.
Don't do it yet.
8 minus 12 is,
Negative 4.
and negative 4 plus 13 is.
No, I'm not doing
Wait.
negative. Oh, what?
No,
8 minus 12 is negative 4.
It's negative 17.
Oh, geez.
8 minus 12
I
is negative
suck at
4.
this.
And that gives me,
I totally suck.
gives you 9. 9.
Yeah, I guess so.
I didn't get that.
I'm over.
Wow, I only got one.
All right. Is anybody destroying your opponent right now? All right.
As long as I don't.
Here we go. You ready?
Make it easy.
Negative 11 minus 11 minus 11.
What? You suck.
I got you. Like a 7.
I know you won. I didn't even get it right. I give up. I didn't even get it right.
It's just same or different signs.
Yeah, I know.
Same or different signs. You see different signs. They're all the same. All right, here we go. Negative 11 minus 11.
Negative 22.
Same signs you add. Negative 22 minus 11. Same or different signs.
Same.
So you add negative 33. And nobody gets a point.
I got mine.
We just did 24 easy ones. That's why we were done in 15 minutes.
Yeah, and I can't do stuff under pressure.
What are the easiest numbers you know?
21.
What? Minus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1. Go.
What the heck? Imagine cheating.
Minus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1.
Oh my god. I hate people.
Minus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1.
Ow! My pencil broke.
I messed up my answer.
You have the answer. Good, because I don't.
Who are you competing against, Nathan? You got an answer, Nathan? Nathan, same or different signs. So that gives me negative 2 plus 1 minus 1. Whoops. Same or different signs. That means subtract. More negative, so we got negative 1 minus 1. Same or different. So therefore the answer is negative 2.
I got it. Oh, I got nothing. Can you do like an easy one?
I just gave you.
Negative 1. I have negative 1. Okay, negative 1.
Ready? 0 plus negative 0 minus 0 plus 0.
Done. I didn't put down your pencil. I got it. Yeah.
I suck.
I gotta give myself a point.
I forgot to look at you, but I'm already done.
You ready? The answer is 42.
Wait, what? I imagine lying. Okay, well then I get to play.
I failed.
No, it's 0.
I did first.
Wait. What happens?
Easy enough?
Yeah, I looked at you.
Wait, what happens if we get a tie?
Cheater.
Uh,
No, I get the point because I.
nobody gets the point. There's a tie.
Hey, cheater. You're not allowed to have.
You
All right, one more.
That's what I decided.
Nathan, give me a number.
Make it easy, please. What
5 plus negative 5 plus negative 5 minus 5.
Yeah.
Done.
I know it.
I'm fine.
I need to learn how to look at this.
Yes.
I know it.
Same or different signs.
Different.
So that means subtract 5 minus 5 is 0. So that's 0.
And then that.
Same or different signs.
Oh, I suck.
That means add.
10. Negative 10.
It's negative
I
10.
guess.
Whoa.
Okay, wait, so
All right.
I got
You keep track between you two. Do we have any ties?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Me and Maddie go.
I don't know.
That's because I was the person like dating.
All right. Tiebreaker right before the bell. -2, -2, -2 plus 1. Just a tiebreaker.
Imagine
What do
cheating.
you got?
Negative
Maddie
five.
won.
Got it.
Yay.
Keep track, honor system. If you won, then I still need a piece of paper for the homework that you choose. You just put homework pass on.
Yeah, I can date that homework assignment I'm missing.
Okay, I'll do that.
I don't know. I can have a tiebreaker. I don't know.
Because I don't have to do.
All right. Oh.
This one.